Good afternoon, esteemed friends, families, and in this context, viewers. Buenas tardes, estimadas familias, amigos, and en este contexto, espectadores. My name is José da Silva, and I'm honored to be the principal of Springfield High School, the best school community in the world. Mi nombre es José da Silva, y me siento muy honrado de ser el director de la Escuela Preparatoria Springfield, la mejor comunidad escolar en todo el mundo. On behalf of our faculty and staff, I welcome all of you to this historic graduation ceremony for the Springfield High School class of 2020. I would like to take a moment to thank those responsible for making this possible. En nombre de nuestra facultad y personal docente, les doy la bienvenida a esta histórica ceremonia de graduación para la clase de 2020 de la Escuela Preparatoria Springfield. Quiero tomar un momento para agradecer a todos aquellos que han hecho esto posible. To the families and friends who have supported the remarkable endeavors of these 272 amazing students, I offer my heartfelt appreciation. A las familias y amigos que han apoyado los notables esfuerzos de estos 272 increíbles estudiantes, les ofrezco mis más sincero agradecimiento. Members of the class of 2020, you have shown more resilience than anyone could have expected of you. All the changes that resulted from the coronavirus pandemic have turned this into a very different year than we anticipated. Miembros de la clase de 2020 han demostrado más resistencia de lo que nadie podría haber esperado de ustedes. Todos los cambios que resultaron de la pandemia del coronavirus han convertido este en un año muy diferente de lo que anticipamos. But make no mistake, this graduation ceremony is as special as any that has ever occurred at Springfield High School. In fact, in many ways, it is more special than its predecessors. In addition to lasting 3 days to complete all individual ceremonies, the pandemic has caused us to draw together in spirit and heart, even as we practiced social distancing and finished our school year with online classes. Pero no nos confundamos. Esta ceremonia de graduación es tan especial como cualquier otra que haya ocurrido en la Escuela Preparatoria Springfield. De hecho, es más especial que sus predecesoras. Además de tomar 3 días para completar todas las ceremonias individuales, la pandemia nos ha llevado a unirnos en espíritu y corazón incluso. Mientras practicamos el distanciamiento social y terminamos nuestro año escolar con las clases en línea. Thank you to our faculty and staff, coaches and volunteers for the countless hours of hard work that you have put into providing a high-quality education to the members of the class of 2020. Gracias a nuestra facultad, entrenadores y voluntarios por las incontables horas de arduo trabajo que han puesto en proveer una educación de alta calidad a nuestros miembros de la clase del 2020. This year especially, they demonstrated not only their usual hard work, but also the deep care they have for you. Especialmente este año, Ellos han demostrado no solamente su duro trabajo habitual, pero también el profundo cuidado que tienen por ustedes. Each of them proved to be willing to do whatever it took to help these students succeed. They are sending our graduating seniors away with unforgettable memories and knowledge. Cada uno probó estar dispuesto a hacer lo que fuera necesario para ayudar a sus estudiantes a tener éxito y están enviando a nuestros graduados con los recuerdos y conocimientos inolvidables. To the team of custodians and district facilities staff, thank you for the time you dedicated to help us reinvent our graduation ceremony. A nuestro equipo de conserjes y personal de las instalaciones del distrito, gracias por el tiempo dedicado a ayudarnos a reinventar nuestra ceremonia de graduación. This year, our graduating seniors were honored on stage during their individual ceremonies by our Superintendent Todd Hamilton, School Board Vice Chair Naomi Raven, School Board members Todd Mann and Emilio Hernandez, Director of High School Mindy LaRue, and our very own Assistant Principal Kali Dean. Thank you for joining us. The members of the class of 2020 could not have achieved this milestone without the years of unconditional support, guidance, and love from all of you. Los miembros de la clase de 2020 no hubieran llegado a esta meta sin los años de apoyo, guía y amor incondicional que les han dado ustedes. At this time, I'm honored and pleased to introduce to you our guest speaker, Royce Freeman. Royce Freeman was a graduate of the University of Oregon in 2017 with a bachelor's degree in general social science with a focus on crime, law, and society. As a college recruit, he was one of the most sought-after running backs in the nation. Because of his stellar performance in his 4 years as a Duck, he was drafted by and is now a member of the Denver Broncos. He is a humble and fierce competitor. Those close to him know that he is driven to succeed and takes pride in everything he does. Please join me in welcoming Royce Freeman.
What's up, class of 2020? I first off want to thank the senior class leadership for the opportunity to share a few words with you all today. It is truly an honor. I wish I could have been there with you in person, but we have to deal with the things the way they are right now. While at the U of O, I studied general social science, crime law, and society. Law, and more importantly, justice, are essential common agreements about how we should work together as a society, which means it is up to each of us to continue to make it better. The hard work that we do not only benefits ourselves, but it also has a major benefit to the world around us. I've been able to see images of the mural used as a backdrop for your individual graduation ceremonies. I've been told a bit about how it came about and how much of the community came together to make it happen. In the mural, students, you are painted into a story that shows you flying out into a world of new journeys after all your hard work. But this is just the beginning. On this journey, you will take more than academic learning and achievements from these years at SHS. Now more than ever, it is important that you also bring the learning of how to work together in a diverse community, how to respect one another's differences, how to use your creativity and persist when challenges arise. Together, we must rise above the silence. A terrible, heavy silence that threatens your voice from being heard. A state of silence that allows suffering to continue because of actions and lack thereof. We need to replace silence with listening. Like my mother always used to tell me, you have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. With empathy, listen for the struggles of everyone in your community. We can no longer allow silence to cover up and to bury suffering and injustices. Find your collective voice and rise. Together, lift the curtain of silence. With your actions, speak out, speak together, and speak loudly against hatred and inequality. This generation will make the difference. Your voice, your life lessons, are needed in these times. Change in our society is imminent. The next pages of this adventure are unwritten, but together you have the tools and the courage to write your own story however you wish. If you can see it, you can make it happen. Believe me. Thinking back to when I was 18, and I can give myself a couple words of advice, I would start with first saying that every now and then remind yourself to take a deep breath and enjoy the small victories in life, because even the smallest of blessings are worth appreciating. Second, it would be to never stunt the progression of your own success by being fearful in any way. And what good has a bunch of what ifs ever brought to anyone anyways? In closing, thank you again for the opportunity to share some words with you. Good luck in your next chapter, and I look forward to hearing your voice and feeling your leadership in the world. No matter where you are, there you are. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Thank you.
Now, I would like to introduce those in the class of 2020 who are graduating with honors. This year, we have 4 valedictorian, 3 salutatorians, and 5 students who have earned the recognition of outstanding achievement. Valedictorian status is earned by achieving a 4-point cumulative GPA throughout 4 years of high school. Salutatorian status is earned by achieving a cumulative GPA of 3.98 or above throughout 4 years of high school. Outstanding achievement recipients are recognized for obtaining a minimum of a 3.95 GPA or having earned only 1B in a non-honors or advanced placement class during 4 years of high school. This year's valedictorians are Cameron Branch. She is the daughter of Meredith and Lane Branch. Cameron participated in varsity volleyball, varsity track, as well as leadership. She was editor-in-chief for Springfield High School's National Award-winning Miller Integrated Nature Experience, DECA president, and member of National Honor Society. She will be attending Oregon State University in the fall to major in environmental engineering. Cameron Curiel. He's the son of Robert and Heather Curiel. He's a member of National Honor Society. He will be attending Oregon State University, where he will major in chemical engineering. Jadzia Engel. She is the daughter of Gary Engel. Jadzia participated in cross-country, track and field, theater, water and energy learning lab, and HOSA club. She was also editor-in-chief for the Springfield High School's National Award-winning Miller Integrated Nature Experience and member of National Honor Society. She will begin attending Oregon State University in the fall, majoring in biochemistry and molecular biology with a focus on pre-medicine. Paige Oswald. She is the daughter of Vicki and Mike Oswald. Paige participated in women's varsity soccer and varsity basketball. She is a member of National Honor Society and will be attending the University of Oregon, where she will major in philosophy and history. This year's salutatorians are Sarah Beck. She is the daughter of Donnell Beck. She participated in concert chorale and kaleidoscope and is a member of National Honor Society. Sarah will be attending the University of Oregon, majoring in psychology. Mackenzie Palmer. She is the daughter of James Palmer. Mackenzie participated in the In-Stream Habitat team and Interact Club. She was also editor-in-chief for the Springfield High School's National Award-winning Miller Integrated Nature Experience and is a member of National Honor Society. Mackenzie will be attending Oregon State University to major in forestry and natural resources. Kendra Roy. She is the daughter of Brad and Julie Roy. Kendra participated in student government, was football team manager, and also editor-in-chief of the Springfield High School's National Award-winning Miller Integrated Nature Experience. She will be attending Pacific University in the fall to major in education. This year's Outstanding Academic Achievement recipients are Ezeli Barajas. She is the daughter of Dainelli Barajas. Ezeli participated in the Strong Start program and Student Voice. She is a member of National Honor Society. She will be attending Oregon State University, where she will major in accounting. Rosa Bravo Castil. She is the daughter of Jesus and Lorena Bravo. Rosa participated in Meladares, Concert Chorale, and Miller Mob. She was president of the Gender and Sexuality Alliance Club and vice president of the Multicultural Student Alliance and Latino Student Union. She's also a member of National Honor Society. She will be attending the University of Oregon with a focus on Bachelor of Science. Austin Hilke. He is the son of Teresa and Brian Hilke. Austin participated in Computer Club, Operation H2O, and Leadership. He is also a member of National Honor Society. Austin will be attending Oregon State University, majoring in computer science. Nevaya Lee is the daughter of Leslie and Lorenzo Lee. Nevaya participated in varsity women's soccer, varsity track and field, and was the president of Black Student Union. She is a member of National Honor Society. She will be attending Portland State University to major in biology. Amy Montes Alvarado. She is the daughter of Carolina Alvarado and Martin Montes. Amy accomplished this remarkable feat while working full-time. She will be attending the University of Oregon to major in business. I would like now to introduce the first student who will be speaking as a representative of his class. I'm sure you will enjoy his speech. Please welcome Senior Class President Wyatt Coral.
I want to preface this speech by saying before these last couple of years, I would have never fathomed coming up here to give this speech to you all, nor would I have dreamed of running for class office or holding the title of Senior Class President. You may then ask, why did I finally decide to do these things? It's actually part of the reason I'm up here to begin with. I want to tell you all a story about a young man who found his purpose through a series of setbacks and hard times, hardships that would test the young man's optimism and fortitude to carry on, how he found his purpose, how he found his confidence, and maybe through a short recollection of his story, you too can find your purpose, as I have mine. My life, like many, has had a series of setbacks, disappointments, and emotional trials that, for lack of a better term, beat me down into a rut that I carved out for myself in order to deal with it in the best way I knew how, by essentially burying my feelings and hiding them for everyone I knew, even those who knew me best. Most of my problems stem from a lack of confidence in myself. As a result of this, I never explored many opportunities given to me by this school or life as a whole. I passed up a lot in life here that I know I'll never get back. The lack of confidence itself had stemmed from many setbacks in my life and a bad self-image. These things made me very cynical about life. It seemed like for every step I would take forward, life would come along and move me 2 steps back. I began to just skate through life, biding my time, waiting to get out of this place, not knowing what I wanted to do once that time came. But at the time, I didn't care. I lived in the moment. And yeah, sometimes I pondered what the hell I was going to do with my life. But I was never more than a dreamer. It didn't matter to me as much as the day-to-day life of high school, as that was stressful enough. And thus, when the time actually came to decide what my life was going to consist of, I was, to say the least, a bit unprepared to take on the task. I didn't know where to turn at first for guidance, but now I was determined to decide what would befit someone like me. At first, I wanted to pursue football post-high school, but I soon realized I wasn't exactly the college football material, even though I'd enjoyed a very prosperous career here. I then moved on to the idea of coaching football, a dream I've had since I was introduced to the sport when I was a young boy by my dad. But realizing that the dream is not so easily achieved as one would think, and there being no guarantee with the job of success or let alone financial stability due to the arduous ladder one has to climb to attain a certain level. Though I'll never forget that dream, it may be off in the distant future. For a bit, I even entertained the idea of becoming a writer. But then I remembered back to another dream I had, something that I've been fascinated about since I was young, that of being in the military. I considered a few branches, the Navy, the Marine Corps, the Army, having had family that served in those branches. But one seemed to call out to me more than the others, that being the Army. On one day in November, I walked into the Army's local recruiting office with a list of questions and no idea how to exactly ask them. I knew I wanted to join, but I didn't want to sign on the dotted line just yet. I had heard plenty of times and been warned about recruiters only caring about the numbers they bring in, rather than setting up recruits with the best career for them. They told me early on that they were determined to break this recruiter stereotype. They formed a welcoming environment in their office that made me feel comfortable talking to them. It was almost off-putting at first, how laid back the office seemed, and I was obviously nervous my first time, but I was able to ask all my questions, and when it was over, I was even more confident in my choice. Weeks later, when the time came to decide what MOS I wanted, the choice had already been made up in my mind. I wanted to be an infantryman. But I had scored so high on the ASVAB, my prospects were many, so many, it made it hard to tell them I just wanted infantry. So they asked me why. And that's when, for the first time, I really pondered what my point in life was, my purpose. I was put on the spot to answer, and I fumbled trying to answer at first. But the picture became clearer as I looked closer at myself. I finally saw that my purpose in life is to serve and help others and make others feel happy and safe. It's always been an instinct of mine to feel indebted to others and help serve something bigger than myself, however I could. And to do that, and to see the smile on the faces of those who I directly helped, always made me feel inner happiness. But as I look back on it, I do remember the way I felt every time I did some bit of good or some work of kindness for another. It made me feel happy knowing that their needs were fulfilled, that they felt happy, safe, and or loved. After joining and going through MEPS and swearing in, I was as happy as one could get. I felt supported and confident in my future. My assuredness would only be strengthened by those who would ask if I was in the Army due to the sticker on the back of my window in my car and the clothes that I would wear. When I told them I was, I always heard people saying, "Congratulations, and thank you for your choice," and general interest in what I was doing or what I would be doing. These words were from complete strangers who had no idea who I was, and I them. However, this made me feel proud to give a piece of myself. It felt like I was doing a bit of charity in an odd way. I want to thank both Sergeant Shim and Sergeant Smith for doing everything you have for me, for making my dream a reality, and indeed breaking that stereotype about recruiters. For many years, I had a severe lack of confidence in myself. Of course, like many, stemming from a bad self-image. Up until freshman year, I had never really worked out or pushed myself to get better. I despised the way I look, especially because of all of my friends being more athletic or in shape than me. But going into high school, I came to realize I had to change myself. So I started playing football, working out twice a day, every day, with the upperclassmen who pushed me to become better, become faster, stronger, and mentally tough. The team became everything to me. I loved nothing more than getting in the weight room with my friends and pushing ourselves to our limits every day. Football gave me confidence, changed me physically and mentally. By the start of senior season, I had changed drastically from what I once was. I look back at pictures of me from freshman year, and I look like a completely different person. I feel different too. And yeah, we didn't win many games, but that doesn't matter now. The team helped me become who I wanted to be, pushed me to my limit and asked for more, helped me discover the drive to compete, and that means more to me than anything. This brings me to now, and as I look back, I can see all of those who helped me along my way, my family and those who I consider family, those who I call brothers and will for the rest of my life. They are the reason that I am the person I am today, the person I've grown to like. I couldn't have done it without them, and I want to thank them individually. First and foremost, my family, Jeff and Shelley Coral, thank you for raising me in the manner you did and giving me the best life and home that I could ever ask for. I wouldn't have become the man I am today if it wasn't for the two of you. Thank you for teaching me how to pick up the pieces out of the bad times and teaching me how to move on. Teaching me that we're only dealt the cards we have, and it's up to us to make the most of them. And teaching me that you will experience many disappointments in life. Disappointments that, yes, today some still hurt. But they're only temporary, and that life's too short to dwell on them. Yes, life is going to hurt us. People are going to hurt us. But it's who we truly are, our inner selves, that shines through the most grim of times. And we have the choice to grow past these times or fester in our own sorrow. My resilience comes from the two of you, one of the best lessons you've ever given me. I don't know where I'd be if you hadn't taught me that. Dad, I want to thank you especially for teaching me the important lesson of how to forgive. You've shown me how to close the wounds that life opens instead of letting them fester, and how that can make one feel better in the long run. Attraverso gli insegnamenti di Dio mi hai mostrato la via. My faith comes from you. Through the teachings of God have you shown me the way. You introduced me to him, and without him and you, I don't know who I'd be today. I'm eternally grateful for the two of you. I didn't grow up with siblings, and I didn't have that brotherly connection for most of my life. But here, I did find my brothers. And I want to say thank you. David Estes, Joshua Bradley, Joshua Mitchell, Cameron Rose, Dre Ortiz Garcia, Caleb Lucart, Leo Hernandez, Otto Buchman, Lucas Wangenstein, Braden Lowe, Hunter Reiniger, Colton Roush, Eric Rodriguez, Jack Walsh, Nate Dang, Artie Arcega, Mario Carlos, Joey Beck, Connor Phillips, Killian Simpson, Blaine Lifty, Sam Craig, Ali Gutierrez, Caleb Beller, and Eddie Davis. You all touched my life in a great way, as well as helped shape me as an individual. I'll never forget the time we all spent together. I'll never trade in for anything in the world. I love each and every one of you as if you were my blood. I'll never forget these times. As I leave to pursue my dream in the Army, I ask that you all promise me one thing, that you be kind to everyone that you meet. Give them the same love that you have given me. Treat all those you know, and all those you meet anew, and all those you only meet once, with respect, kindness, and loyalty. Bestow forgiveness upon those who hurt us, who hurt the things we love, and who hurt the people we love, for they may not know what kindness is, and thus act only in accordance with what they do know. Maybe what they will always know. Be the different breed of person that you helped me become. Doing this would mean more to me than anything else you could give me. And now, I leave you all with a message that I hope you carry with yourselves for the rest of your lives. Be the best you can be, not just for yourself, but for all those in your life. Recognize who they are and love them with all your being. Never feel that you're not worth it, that there is something you can't accomplish. You will only become what you believe you can be. If you believe in what you can become, you can accomplish anything if you work towards it. Grazie a tutti per avermi ascoltato. Spero che troverti tutti ciò che state cercando nel mondo e che avete successo in qualunque cosa possa essere. Thank you all for listening to me. I hope that you all find what you're looking for out in the world and that you'll become successful in whatever that may be.
Our final student speech will be a double treat as we hear from Jadzia Engel and Paige Oswald. Please welcome Jadzia and Paige.
Hey Jazzy, do you remember freshman year when we thought our classes were super difficult, but they were actually really easy?
Yeah. Do you remember sophomore year when we had water sports and could swim for high school credit?
Of course, how could I forget? And don't forget junior year when during prom there was literally a 4-way lightsaber battle.
Oh yeah, that was amazing. Hey Paige, do you remember senior breakfast?
You know, actually, it doesn't ring a bell, but what about the senior all-night party?
Oh wait, what about senior prom?
Doesn't ring a bell.
Oh right, that. We may have missed out on some of the milestones of our senior year, but 3 months of the last 13 years of education doesn't define the whole journey.
It doesn't?
No. What does is the friends we've made, the clubs we joined, the sports we ran, swam, or played.
I suppose you're right, like cheering on the sidelines of football games despite being down by over 20 points, or losing our minds at the pep rally video each year.
Yeah, exactly.
Despite all of the difficulties that we have faced in not being able to graduate in person together, it's important for us all to recognize and appreciate the milestones we've been through, our achievements, memories, and all the highs and lows.
We will have plenty of time to look towards the future, to college, to serving our country, or to our place within the workforce. But right now, it's time to look back and reflect, and not let anything get into the way of celebrating us, the class of 2020.
High school will always be something to remember. So let's define those memories.
I remember the beginning of high school. I remember the beginning of high school when each time I would walk up the stairs in the main building, I had to look at the signs above the hallways just to figure out where I was. I used the resources that the school provided to me to find my way. Not only did I use the signs, but the clubs and sports that pushed me out of my comfort zone, and the teachers and coaches that mentored me and helped me to learn through my mistakes and persevere through my hardships. I remember the middle of high school.
I remember the middle of high school because it was difficult. I was struggling to stay afloat. School was overwhelming. I was injured. I had to have surgery and was taken out of athletics for over 8 months. I had fallen into no man's land. I felt as though I no longer knew who I was, what I wanted, or where I was going. But it was those around me and Springfield itself as a community that helped pull me out of the deep end and remember who I was. And now, despite those dark times and patches, I now can't help but laugh at the old memories during those past years.
I remember the end of high school. I remember the end of high school, finding relief in my off periods, only to have time fly by while I was not on my phone. Trying to figure out my future, filling out college applications and the likes that I didn't even know the meaning of. And above all, I was stressed out of my mind. It was at an all-time high, but so were my spirits. And not only because of my own fond memories, but the tangible pride of this year's seniors are going to be the reason that I will always have been proud to be a Miller.
I remember the end of high school like it was yesterday. perhaps because it basically was. But this year, all over again, I was reminded of how much I adore the class of 2020 and this school. It was as if the moment we entered our senior year, we were determined to be like no other grade. Of course, at times it was stressful and to dealing with all the pressures of finishing high school or choosing a college. But the spirit of this grade is unparalleled, and nobody can do it like we can.
I will always remember Springfield High School. As we head into this new era of our life, we will all be facing new journeys. And as we walk towards our own paths, we will all be departing from the strong community we have forged.
However, we will all be able to come back to these memories, these moments right here in this school where we all grew up.
We would like to dedicate this speech to all of the work that this senior class has put in and all of the memories that defined your own journey. Therefore, this speech is dedicated to
being the best high school in Springfield. I mean, the Red School's got nothing on us.
This speech is dedicated to the greatest ASB squad this school has ever seen.
This speech is dedicated to all the Friday night lights, getting kicked out of football games for maybe having a little too much spirit, and our beloved Big Dogs, the football team, even though they won L's instead of dubs.
This speech is dedicated to all of our state competitors in our sports, our clubs, and our arts who represented Springfield High School and what we're capable of.
This speech is dedicated to all the hours and late nights spent studying for Tischer's notorious chemistry exams.
This speech is dedicated to procrastination and sleep deprivation. This speech is dedicated to the bench warmers, the team players, and those who didn't necessarily get all of the glory, but made the atmosphere whole.
This speech is dedicated to the long summers spent training and the countless practices that couldn't end soon enough.
This speech is dedicated to every late night for journalism and every outing to Sherry's after a Friday show.
This speech is dedicated to every lunch spent singing your heart out in a friend's car despite needing to be in class in less than 3 minutes.
This speech is dedicated to every homecoming dance and prom night that inevitably ended in either laughter or tears.
Possibly both.
This speech is dedicated to every student in the performing arts who is unafraid to share their passion.
This speech is dedicated to all the memories we missed out on.
But more importantly, the ones we've made. This speech is dedicated to all of the teachers, advisors, and counselors that gave me advice or simply let me cry it out.
This speech is dedicated to my parents and siblings who held me up when there was no one else around. P.S. I know I'm the favorite sibling.
This speech is dedicated to our strength in making the most of every situation. This speech is dedicated to anyone who stood up for someone else, offered a helping hand, or smiled just for the sake of spreading kindness. This speech is dedicated to all those we have lost, here graduating with us in spirit.
This speech is dedicated to Springfield High School itself, which has become a place of support and comfort for so many.
This speech is dedicated to the class of 2020.
Here's to seeing with 2020 vision.
Thanks for the memories.
Travel the
Before we move to the presentation of diplomas, I would like to call your attention to those students who are wearing additional regalia. The members of National Honor Society are wearing a yellow tassel, which represents academic excellence, community, and role modeling. The students who earned the National Career Readiness Certificate are wearing a white tassel, which indicates they pass a national test that measures their academic skills as well as their employability readiness. This distinction is recognized by thousands of employers throughout the nation. The students who are wearing a stethoscope around their neck participated in our Certified Nursing Assistant Program and Medical Assistant Program. Additionally, the students who are wearing a maroon cord completed the Health Science Professions Career and Technical Education Program. Although not wearing additional regalia, Edwin Soto was the only student in the class of 2020 in our entire district who earned the seal of biliteracy on his diploma for passing the Second Language Inventory Protocol test, which indicates that he is equally proficient in English and Spanish. Lastly, I would like to recognize the students who are honorably joining America's military forces. Thank you in advance for your service to our country. At this time, I would like to welcome Senior Class President Wyatt Coral and Senior Class Vice President Eric Rodriguez for the presentation of diplomas.
Edgar Abreu.
Dayanara Aguilar Rodriguez.
Alexandro Aguirre.
Tariq Al-Ghamdi.
Cyan Alatorre.
Valeria Alvarado Miramontes.
Leroy Archuleta.
Artie Arciga Pera.
Haiti Ariano.
Carlos Arroyo.
Griselda Amriano Moran.
Izeli Barajas.
Alicia Beach.
Joe Beck.
Naomi Beanshoff.
Jaden Berg.
Sarah Beck.
Michaela Bracken.
Joshua Bradley.
Cameron Branch.
Harrison Boyce.
Nicole Brown.
Trinity Brooks.
Otto Buckman.
Jagger Burrell.
Marissa Cabrera.
Majesta Campbell.
DeAndre Canada.
Kian Carlisle.
Mario Carlos.
Daniel Contrell. Omar Carlos.
David Seha.
Mila Charlton.
Fabian Castaneda Rivera.
Adrian Cervantes.
Sarah Chavez Chavez.
Brian Chavez Mondoño.
Aiden Clark.
William Cole.
Carlos Chirinos.
Aaliyah Clark.
Dax Colruyt.
Taylor Conklin.
Maria Contreras Benitez.
Zachary Cooper.
Wyatt Coral.
Joanna Cowles.
Jason Corrales Toban. Cameron Coriel.
Haley Decker.
Noah Delbridge.
Jasmine Diaz.
Yuvraj Dope.
Breezy Donnell.
Daniel Elliott.
Alexis Ellis.
Jose Diaz.
Jet Annabret.
Colby Endicott.
Jadzia Engel.
Emily Escalante.
David Estes.
Noah Estrada.
Sierra Fennison.
Ava Evans.
Adeline Farias Montes.
Amaya Fata.
Logan Ford.
Liza Francisco Peleo.
James Fuller.
Peter Garber Nadeo.
Jessica Gray.
Joshua Gates.
Esmeralda Gallardo Gomez.
Alondra Galvan.
Isabel Gibson.
Aaron Leonard Gifford.
Nathaniel Gordy. Jaden Mitchell.
Josh Mitchell.
Taylor Hagan.
Danielle Tennell.
Jenica Gravon.
Cora Hall.
Andres Hagar Cisneros.
Marcus Hallett.
Kiana Heflin.
Colby Hayward.
John Abear.
Grace Hawthorne.
Leslie Hernandez.
Kimberly Hernandez.
Viviana Hernandez.
Minel Hernandez Diaz.
Esther Hassman.
Ryan Howlett.
Tyler Hyatt.
Marcel Hill.
Austin Hilke.
Sierra Hernandez.
Kathy Hernandez Triana.
Julia Hernandez Espinoza.
Juan Hernandez Hernandez.
Trevor Hockley Stair.
Parker Howard.
Gretchen Hoffman.
Isabel Hogan.
Gavin Hubbard.
Dylan Jackson.
Caitlin Jensen.
Hope James.
Lena Jakar.
Albrina Jorkin.
Alma Jimenez Tadeo. Bradley Kelly.
Luis La Forteza.
Colby Kephart.
Jacob Kramer. Casey Knight. Heidi Lawler.
Archie Lawson.
Hannah Lemley.
Marlon Lopez.
Samuel Learman.
Crystal Blown.
Braden Lowe.
Evelyn Leon.
Colton Macy.
Carissa Mayo.
Noah Mayo.
Kyle Martinez.
Allison Mattis.
Will Mayer.
David McLeod.
Trinity Maxwell.
Isaac McKinney.
Khadijah McKenney.
Caitlin McKibben.
Gwendolyn McNa.
Isaac Means.
Wyatt Moore.
Zoe Miller.
Takai Monet.
Miriam Mora Alvarado.
Jamie Montes Alvarado.
Keegan Noonan.
Niall Mosby.
Alex Mauder.
Isis Nagel.
Tatum Napier. Lindsay Nordahl.
Madeline O'Meara.
Paige Oswald.
Adal Nunez.
Nikki Ostrander.
Natalia Ortiz.
Juan Padilla.
Mackenzie Palmer.
And Laura Penaloza Badencourt.
Kyle Peterson.
Estrella Peña.
Alexis Perez.
Connor Phillips.
Kobe Prachu.
Veronica Perry.
Cassandra Ratliff.
Spencer Ransdell.
Juan Ramirez Diaz.
Enit Ratenpal.
Daniela Ramos. Hunter Reininger.
Cassidy Reese. Jana Ray.
Jasmine Renaga.
Jacob Richardson.
Fernando Rivera Espinoza.
Jessica Robles.
Corbin Riggs.
Rodrigo Rivas Aguilar.
Diego Rodriguez. Jasmine Rodriguez Hernandez.
Richard Rosales.
Colton Roush.
Sonora Rueda Sullivan.
Kendra Roy.
Kobe Roebuck.
Dylan Rubert.
Marley Rust. Edwin Soto.
Emily Sanchez Reyes.
Fernando Santiago.
Josiah Schiffer.
Samuel Schiffer.
Kaylee Scholes.
Selene Sacedo.
Paige Scott.
Avon Shear.
Savannah Sharma.
Anna Stark.
Killian Simpson.
Jared Stevens.
Ryan Strickler.
Brianna Stoops.
Isabella Sylvia Martinez.
Thomas Tully.
Vanessa Tabor.
Kiara Teal.
Danielle Trotter.
Gabriela Valdez Linares.
Jewel Towner.
Jacqueline Vasquez Herrera.
Mackenzie Vineyard.
Carlos Valladolid.
Brian Valle Mejia.
Dominique Vargas.
Jack Walsh.
Quentin Webster.
Julie Verato Rodriguez.
James West.
Melina Vegas Cortez.
Luke Wangenstein.
Colby White.
Erica Walker.
Abby Willis.
Amber Woosley.
Mason Yarborough.
Antoine Zayavong Ruoff.
James Whitehall.
Racelyn Myers.
Ainoa Zavala Ramirez.
Riley Ferguson.
Aurora Lancaster.
Logan Oxier.
Nevia Lee.
Avery Barrett.
Talitha Barnett.
Hunter Berry.
Eric Rodriguez.
Jocelyn Medina Montez.
Phoenix Spirit Song.
Madison Green.
Destiny Green.
Rosa Bravo Castillo.
Dakota Snyder.
Natalie Unrein.
Ashley Rupp.
Hannah Daly.
Elijah Gilman.
Ivy Patterson.
Christian Benway.
And now the moment you've all been waiting for. Senior class of 2020. Please move your tassels from the right to the left. It is my honor to declare that by the laws of the state of Oregon, and with the authority granted to me by the state, you are now graduates of Springfield High School. Congratulations!
My favorite memory of high school is going to Disneyland with the Fine Arts Department.
Thank you, Mom and Dad, for helping me out, and everyone here at the school, for helping me.
When we beat Thurston 4-0 in the soccer game.
My favorite high school memory was like the football games and like making friends, even though I don't have a lot, but yeah, that's it.
All right.
My favorite high school memory was being in auto tech.
My favorite high school memory was when I was on the football team. You guys showed me love and support. I love you guys. You guys are my brothers. Let's go, Dogs.
Ceramics class, Miss Ed and Mr. Lanson in Baltimore.
My favorite memory from high school was just him with my buddies during basketball season.
My favorite memory from high school was welding class, freshman year.
My favorite memory from high school was planning prom.
My favorite memory from high school was being able to go to Disneyland with my best friends, like Tony and James, and I got to stay inside the hotel with them, and then we just stayed up the entire night, and then got to go all the way to Disneyland and just got to take all the craziest rides. I'm gonna absolutely miss that.
My favorite memory from high school was all the awesome activities I was able to participate in because of the fine arts program.
My favorite memory from high school was when we beat Eagle Point in overtime in a one-score touchdown game, and I got to jump on the bench and yell at the crowd for the first time ever.
My favorite memory from high school was going on the Disneyland trip with my choir and my sister and all my friends, and just having an amazing time and just being able to spend that with your family, even if it's not your family. And competing in district and winning second place in state of Oregon.
My favorite part of high school was track and field. It made me the person who I am and helped me grow and develop as a human being.
One of my favorite memories from high school was electing myself as the principal, hanging posters across the entire campus to the point where Mr. De Silva called me Principal Carlisle when I saw him at a board meeting, and then transferring emergency powers back to him when the coronavirus started.
My favorite memory from high school was... There's too many to count. Probably one of them would be this right here, graduating.
My name is Omar Carlos, and my favorite memory from high school was making all the friends that I've had.
I just want to say thank you to like my parents and my friends, and Worm Boys. That's about it. And crap, I don't know what my favorite memory would be. Probably weights class. Even that's not really a favorite memory, but I loved that class.
My favorite memory from high school was probably one of the blood drives. The Luau blood drive was really fun. I'm Betty the blood drop. I've been doing that for like a year or so. So I'm the blood drop for the school, and it just makes the blood drives more fun.
My favorite memory from high school was soccer. Having a great team, bonding, and then having going to go trips to play soccer and winning games. But at the end we lost, but it was fun.
My favorite memory from high school is playing high school football.
My favorite memory from high school is just becoming the person I am today and meeting all of my friends that I know that I'll keep.
My favorite high school memory is just enjoying time with my friends, just getting to play soccer, enjoying something that I really enjoy.
My favorite memory from high school is probably English class, because the teachers in there were just so kind and supportive for like anything that I needed. If I needed help on something and I just wasn't doing it as well, they could just come in there and show me the way, and some other teachers aren't as supportive as that.
My favorite memory from high school was just being able to see all my friends and going through this journey together and just having a blast all together. Glad I didn't lose my fingers in shop.
My favorite high school memory was graduating.
Scootering with my best friend down the hallway and getting in trouble. We were in the principal's office for a long time. He took my scooter away.
My favorite high school memory was when me and my best friends performed an Indian dance in front of the whole school for the MSA Multicultural Assembly.
I would like to thank all the staff and teachers for putting up with my attitude, even though it wasn't the best most of the time. Warriors.
My favorite moment in high school was meeting all my new friends.
My favorite high school memory was the Big Tish Nasty.
My favorite memory from high school was art classes and hanging out with my friends.
My favorite high school memory was basketball season.
I just want to thank all my teachers for teaching me everything in high school. I had a blast with some of them, and the other ones I didn't really get along with, but at the end of the day, they all taught me quite a few lessons, and I appreciate that. Thank you.
Springfield High School has always been a place of growth for me, from cross country to HOSA, theater, journalism, track. All of the memories I've made along the way have meant so much to me. Not only the memories themselves, but the people who have made them. My advisors, my family, and my friends will be the reason I always remember Springfield High School.
Probably the last day, the last practice of my senior season in football, because all the coaches and the players on varsity got in a circle, and we all just kind of like went around and talked to everybody, and like a bunch of people were crying. It was just nice to talk to the coaches and have that last kind of moment, everybody together. I remember one time it was raining in the courtyard, and then these two kids were wearing robes, and they pulled out lightsabers and they started fighting like the whole lunch. It was crazy. And then my buddy Elias jumped into a giant pool of water one day at lunch, but then he got sent home, so it was still crazy, but those are some of the best memories.
My favorite memory from high school is working in the auto shop.
My favorite memory from high school is being able to cooperate and participate in the music arts and being able to not only be in the choir and the advanced choirs, but also be able to do orchestra and play an instrument. And I absolutely loved playing an instrument, especially staying in the lower class with all the freshmen, because they're more enjoyable and they're easier to talk to. So I really like all the freshmen this year, and
just all for years past because I just love participating with all the music and stuff. So.
My favorite high school memory is going to Mr. Dimick's class, being his TA, and him always just being there for me. He means a lot, and I really do appreciate him so much. Thank you, Mr. Dimick, for everything.
Happy graduation.
I like sitting in the back of the class and doing nothing. Nothing yet. But thanks to Mr. Tischer and Mr. Stevens for being super cool and always calling on me, even though I don't like being called on. Thanks to Ms. Roleski and Ms. Orsini for being super kind and not calling on me. That's about it. Thanks.
My favorite memory from high school is singing the national anthem at almost every single sporting event my senior year. Oria Audra.
I did it! Over these past 4 years, I'd like to thank some people that really stood out to me and just helped me to get through this time. First, I'd like to thank Miss Baltimore for always having an open classroom that I love to go to and look forward to every time. And then I'd like to thank Mr. Hallweiler for always having a smile and always ask me how I was doing. I'd like to thank my best friend Rosa for just being there with me through all the tough times. And then Anna for being my orchestra buddy and just someone to rant to whenever I need to. And last, I'd like to thank Alma. Even though we haven't been friends for the past year and a half, she really helped me to, she helped me through a tough time, and I just wanted to let her know, even though we had some troubles, it's all okay now. And I thank you to everyone else who has helped me through these past 4 years too. Thank you.
I just want to say thank you.
My favorite memory from high school is probably the last 2 years, so junior year and senior year, missing a few classes and going to Tischer's room and crying while he makes me a cup of tea.
I did this for my mom. It's the only thing she ever wanted from me. That's how I did it.
My favorite memory from high school was junior year state championships for swim.
I don't have a favorite memory. I've literally lived here for 4 years. My phone thinks the school's my house. But I just want to say it's been real. Springfield High School, Juju Beans, out.
Not a single memory, but it's just being so involved with the school, being able to experience the different groups, whether it be sports, like fine arts, or just, I don't know how to explain it, but just knowing different people in different groups.
My favorite memory from high school is when I was able to go to Disneyland with the whole performing arts hallway.
My favorite memory would probably have to be just all of the times that I got to spend with my friends and family, and all of the amazing teachers that have spent all of their extra time helping me, and I'm just so grateful for everyone in my experience.
Thank you to everyone that helped me through high school. That's it. My favorite memory from high school is going to Disneyland with my choir group.
My favorite memory of high school was playing basketball with the homies and just chilling, having fun in class and joking around. Shout out the homies, Jaden, Jeff, the whole GERB, and yeah, that's it.
My favorite memory from high school is all the little things that people often overlook. Like every time a teacher would make a stupid joke, or when my classmates and I would die laughing at something absolutely stupid.
Big shout out to all my teachers throughout high school. These 4 years were amazing with you guys. You guys taught me a lot. Also, big shout out to my mariachi teacher. I had a blast at Disney. I learned a lot of new music, and honestly, it's one of the memories I'll carry in my heart forever. Thank you so much.
I would like to say thank you to Mr. Holt, who's not here anymore,
Mr. Bridges, Mrs. Plum, Mrs. Bottomore, Mr. Light, Mrs. Swartout, and Alan Cowan. I'll miss you guys.
My favorite memory from high school was the 4 years I spent making all the memories with my friends and teammates on the basketball court.
My favorite high school memory is working on the magazine in Mr. Miller's class, Sonder and Backcountry Review.
My favorite memory from high school is staying late after school and going to debate club, which sounds really nerdy, I know, but with my best friends and having people I really love, that's what really mattered in high school to me.
My favorite high school memory was performing with my friends for our MSA assembly. I would like to thank Mrs. Spinoza and Mr. Vargas for making my high school year amazing.
Thank you for Miss Okray and Mr. Lyman for being great teachers.
My favorite high school memory would probably be when I was in the musical Once Upon a Mattress. That was really fun. I especially liked when I fell every night on my knees to bow down to the king. So that was my favorite high school memory. Shout out to Miss Plum because I cried in her office one time and she was nice about it. Shout out to my coach, Jay Sauce, for also being there when I cried at swim practice. I cried a lot. Thank you.
My favorite high school memory would be going to Disneyland with all of my friends in the performing arts, because it was just a really good time to bond with everyone and get to know everyone on a better personal basis. And it was just a lot of fun.
I want to say thank you to all my teachers, especially Ms. Verletsky, for just being there to support me through all these years, and my middle school vice principal who helped me get out of my shell, Mr. Rotherham and Agnes Stewart.
My favorite high school memories is that I get to experience high school with friends and also play sport to get to know others, and also to staff because they help me a lot.
My favorite high school memory is dancing hula for our multicultural assembly.
I'd like to thank all of the really cool teachers like Mr. Little, Mr. Bridges. Even though I stopped doing band, he was still a cool teacher. Mr. Holt, even though he stopped working here. Mr. B, he was really cool. And Miss Yundall, Miss Cook, Miss Danner, Senora Cortez, they're all just really great, and I can't thank them enough.
My favorite memory of high school is going to football games during my freshman year. And I would like to thank my parents, Mark Kramer and Tierney Lawfrey, and I would like to thank all my teachers that were there supportive, especially hard times during my freshman and the consecutive years after that.
My favorite high school memory has to be cheerleading with both the Springfield cheer team and with my all-star team. It was a whole lot of fun, and I loved being able to represent the school as well as show spirit and bring joy to people.
My favorite high school memory was probably when we went to Disneyland. I got to march in a parade around the Disneyland area, and I got to practice singing a scene from The Lion King with my choir, and that was pretty awesome.
Thank you to my teachers and family for helping me through the last 4 years.
I just want to say thanks to all my teachers, my coach, Coach Haley, and the athletic trainer, Ricky, and anybody else who helped me along the way.
My favorite memory from high school was making the yearbook.
My favorite memory of high school was being here.
My favorite memory from high school was actually my senior year. I was in Imaginary Invalid, our second show of the year. I was playing Baleen, but it wasn't even during the show. It was our pickup rehearsal, our second weekend. We didn't even rehearse. We pretty much just ran through the entire show. It took us 3 hours. The show was only an hour and a half. And by the end of our rehearsal, everyone was on the ground cuddling in our cuddle puddle, and there was pillows and blankets everywhere, and we just kind of gave up at that point. And I mean, that was one of the best memories of high school, was just in general theater and my family.
My favorite high school memory was last year after lunch. It was a really rainy day and I was trying to rush up the stairs so I wasn't late to class, and I tripped, but I kept my coffee in my hands and I didn't spill it, so I ended up winning at the end of the day.
All right, my name is Hunter Berry. I'm a senior, obviously graduated, and there's a story that I want to tell. Back in my junior year, I had this friend named Josh. He was like, "Oh, can anyone I'll pay anyone, to eat this onion," and he was like, I was like, no, why not? I'll just do it. And so my friend, he paid him $1, and it sounds kind of weird, and I was like, all right, I'll do it. And I didn't realize that the onion, obviously I wasn't paying attention, and there was onion, there's a peel on it still. And so everyone pulls their phone, hold up. And I was like, okay. So then I just took a bunch of bites out of it and stuff. It was just so foul. There was so many bites I took out of it. It was I probably have the video on my phone still. And yeah, there was actually almost all of it gone. And then I just spit the rest of it out that I didn't get down.
So you had an upset stomach?
No, I didn't actually have an upset stomach. I actually had a really disgusting breath for probably these 2 days. No matter how much gum I ate, it was just foul. Yeah, that's my favorite high school memory, and all my friends could probably say the same. Just thanks for everything that the school's offered to me. Counselors, teachers, anything. The amount of hours I put into the school with parents. I'd like to thank my dad, my mom, my grandma, anyone in my family. I would just like the support they gave me throughout everything I've done. It's a really long journey, and I'm glad that I'm done now. I mean, I'm sad that this isn't the way I wanted to be, but it's something.
My favorite memory from high school was last year when Hunter Berry ate a whole onion halfway through and then got handed $10 after.
My favorite memory from high school was getting to know all my friends and teammates.
My favorite memory from high school was all the band experiences.
My favorite memory from high school was when I got to go to homecoming for the first time in junior year. I would like to thank my mom and my aunt for being my biggest supporters during my high school years.
Thank you to all the teachers that made this experience very enjoyable. I'm very glad I got to spend 4 years meeting and developing relationships with all of the teachers, friendships that I won't forget. Quick shout out to the mariachi teacher, Mr. Bridges. You're a homie. Same to Mr. Shimanoff. Keep it easy, man.
We did it, guys. I don't really have that much to say. Came to Springfield middle of my junior year, and to all the teachers and all the people I met, thank you. Really shaped my high school experience, made me who I am, and I hope to reflect on all my past experiences in high school to become a good person in life.
My favorite memory from high school is stealing a ladder with Cora and Jaden and writing my name on Class of 2020 banner.
My favorite memory from high school is all of the sport trips that we took and just being around everyone else, and team dinners were the best.
I would say doing the CNA class, the Certified Nursing Assisting class, to better my future of becoming what I want to be.
I just wanted to say thank you to Mr. Dimmick, who's my favorite teacher here, and he's supported me since freshman year.
My favorite memory from high school was lunch.
Okay.
My favorite memory from high school was probably during prom last year when everybody is just having a great time, and then suddenly we have lightsabers pop out in 4 different directions, and there's a 4-way lightsaber battle. Everything goes crazy. It's so fun. Everybody's just laughing and encouraging it on, and all until De Silva has to take them away and confiscate them, but only for there to be round 2 and De Silva to join in the second time. So, yeah.
Well, I don't have one, but I just want to say I'm really grateful for everyone, because my favorite memory is probably just how awesome this school is and how everybody is just amazing and so kind, and I'm really glad I got to come.
My favorite high school memory is all the time I spent with my friends, family around here, and well, thank you to my family for everything they've done. Good luck to my younger brother who's up next.
My favorite memory from high school was going on a trip to the coast with my journalism class last year and sitting around on the final night and reading our reflections, where we all really opened up about what we wanted in life and our fears and how we had overcome struggles, and we all got to know each other really well through that experience, and it was a lot of fun.
My favorite memory from high school was being a part of the art hall and being part of mariachi and orchestra and theater.
My favorite memory from high school was probably playing Eagle Point in football this year. It was a good game.
My favorite memory from high school was probably in math class. There was like a group of us. There was like 7 of us that were all friends, and we all just like, our teacher was really chill, and we always finished our work early, so we always played Uno and just like goofed off for like class.
My favorite memory from high school was during swim this year. One of my relays got first place, and last year in choir, our choir got second place, and we had like a really big thing. We got cake and stuff, and it was really awesome, and I'm super proud of them, and I hope they do great next year.
I just want to say thank you to my counselor, Eric Lanson, and then I want to say thank you to the principal for also helping me get through both the end of my junior year and finishing senior year.
My favorite memory from high school was in band when you get to go to Disneyland. I'd 100% recommend that if you're in band.
My favorite memory in high school was, I guess, finishing early.
My favorite high school memory was making state for track my junior year, and we ended up getting 8th, and that's what these medals are.
My favorite memory from high school was meeting my best friends and being able to be in Kaleidoscope together. I wish all my class all the best, and I'm so very happy I got to have this journey with you guys.
My favorite memory from high school was being able to direct my own show, which was Proof. Just to thank you to Miss Plum and to the theater department and all of the people in it, because without them, I would not have made it.
My favorite memory of high school was being able to meet old friends and make new friends and be taught by our amazing teachers at Springfield High School.
Mr. Saunders' class, because he hooked it up with Becca. He made us friends. Thank you. Thank you.
My favorite memory from high school was remodeling the Miller Mart.
My favorite memory in high school is going to Disneyland with my favorite band director, Mr. Bridges. He's always been there for me, and I really couldn't imagine where I'd be without him. I love him.
My favorite memory from high school was freshman year, because I had no idea what to expect along the 4 years of high school. And surprisingly, I made it. It was very hard for me, but I made it.
My favorite memory of high school was math class. I had great math memories there. My teacher was great. My friends were great. I had really good help there.
My favorite memory from high school was probably bringing my car in to the auto shop and finishing the engine swap.
My favorite high school memory was honestly just being able to run by a friend in the hallway, like say hi to them. It's just kind of the casual things that I'm gonna miss, talking to somebody in breaks, and just the little things in high school. I'm gonna really miss that. That's what I've been dwelling on the last couple days.
I'd just like to thank all the wonderful teachers, students, and coaches that make Springfield High an amazing place. And as always, go Millers.
My favorite memory from high school was when I get to hang out with my friends and when my teachers were there for me.
My favorite memory in high school was hanging out with my friends upstairs every day and just hanging out. Thanks to my mom and dad for believing in me.
So my favorite memory was the time when our entire soccer team took a beach trip and we did workouts for the rest of the day. It was really exciting and fun. So yeah, definitely my favorite part was when we did rap battles around the fire. Yeah, shout out to Two Shanes. My favorite memory from high school was whooping Thurston senior season for for soccer, beating them 4-0. That was very satisfying to watch them weep. So.
I just wanted to thank Mrs. Watson for helping me get started in the medical field with HOSA and all of her health classes.
My favorite memory from high school was the sense of community that I felt, especially this year when we sent off Sonder Magazine from the journalism program. Just coming together, all of us as one crew sitting on one computer editing was just, it was really nice, and I really enjoyed it.
My favorite high school memory was when we had our football games and I spent it with my friends and we made a lot of memories and we cheered on. It was just, it was a good time and I had fun, and I hope that people that are younger, like in younger grades, have the same experience as I do.
My favorite memory from high school, I have to say, all the opportunities, HOSA and sports and football and everything it's given me, all the experiences and knowledge. I just say a big thank you to everyone. God bless.
My favorite part of high school was probably the first time I walked into woodshop, because that was the first time I learned what I really enjoyed in this school. Like, there's other classes, but that one was one that I really, really enjoyed. And I just want to thank all my teachers and my family.
I guess I want to thank my parents for helping me throughout high school. And I guess all my friends for, being fun.
My favorite moment from high school was probably, I played 3 sports, and getting to go on those long bus trips with everybody, especially during basketball season and softball season, with a lot of different girls that I've played with for a long time. It created a lot of more memories. And I'd have to say that I just had a really nice time coming up with every excuse in the book to leave class. And that's how I won worst case of senioritis.
Thank you to the whole high school graduation class of 2020. Thank you to my family, and thank you to Mr. Lamont, the metal shop teacher. He was a very, very big help in helping me throughout high school.
My favorite memory from high school was being a part of the cross-country team and the experience that I got to have with them.
I want to say thank you to all my teachers and my family members and all my friends.
My favorite high school memory will always be getting to join the graphic design team. I was there from my sophomore year till, the end, and it's taught me a lot of life skills that I'll never forget, especially as I go on to study graphic design in college.
Okay, so I think my favorite high school memory is just mainly this hall, every moment in this hall, because I had a lot of good experience. I met a lot of new people, and I thought that was some of the most important things that have happened, specifically in my band class. And I want to thank Mr. Bridges, because he's been there for me through a lot, and my family, because they've helped me become the person I am today.
My favorite memory from high school is all my friends and all my teachers being nice to me and all that. And I love listen to music with them and do karaoke and dance with them. If you see this, I hope you like the video.
My favorite high school memory was learning a lot of stuff. I learned a lot of Mice and Men, the book. If you could ask me any question, I would answer it. But if you would ask me to do taxes, I wouldn't know.
My favorite memory from high school was probably graduating with my day ones.
Peacing out.
My favorite high school memory is my first game of senior year against North Eugene. I would like to thank Jesus and Van Wilder.
My favorite memory from high school was coming back to high school after thinking about dropping out for junior year.
My favorite moment from high school was probably just the teachers and the friends. They all made very memorable moments, and I never hated anyone in particular, which was really great as opposed to middle school.
Thank you to my parents for always pushing me and challenging me and just forcing me to do things even though it was out of my comfort zone. That really made me grow as a person. And I just want to thank my friends, my closest friends, for always being there for me, even if it got really tough. Thank you to my counselors, my teachers,
for always being there for me. I went through really tough times and they were just there for me. And if it weren't for them, I probably wouldn't be graduating today. So thank you so much to all of you.
My favorite moment from high school was eating lunch with my friends and having our skateboards with us and making a mess with them.
Thank you to my friends and family for getting me to this moment. Woo!
I just want to thank everybody that helped me get here. All my friends and teachers and my family. I really appreciate it.
God, some of my favorite moments from high school are probably the pep rallies, just these crazy over-the-top experiences. Probably freshman years when we had the fireball. Could feel the heat from across Silky Field on your face. Wonderful.
My favorite high school memory was meeting my choir and orchestra family. You know, they did a lot of good things for everyone and we were all very close. Last year, choir won second in state and that was pretty freaking exciting.
My favorite memory from high school was all the friends I made and the people I got to know through the 4 years I spent here. And I want to say a big thank you to Baltimore for being the best English teacher ever.
My favorite moment from high school was Millimart, and I just want to give a shout out to Mr. Adams for helping me to accomplish this, and my family, and my uncles and aunties, and my cousins. Thank you.
I want to say thank you to my mom and my dad and my siblings for helping me out through high school and all of school.
The end, probably. Favorite memory? Probably winning league freshman year with soccer. I think I just want to do a quick shout out all my teachers. Helped me throughout the way, inspired me, all that kind of stuff. And I just want to say alphabetically, they saved the best for last. So.
My favorite memory was probably going to Disneyland with my choir last year.
My favorite moment from high school was when we went on the Disney trip and just being thankful for having my friends there for me.
My favorite high school memory was when my senior year when Springfield High School soccer team, when we played against the state champs, North Eugene, and won against them at home, and it was kind of just an amazing accomplishment because they haven't been beaten and they were undefeated the whole season. I just want to say thank you to my parents, my family, everybody I made friends with. Thanks for a great high school year.
I just want to say thank you to Ms. Orleski for not only being a teacher, but being my friend and helping me out this year.
El Jefe.
I just want to say thank you to my friends and my family that got me through this, and my cousin Missy. I appreciate everybody who got me through this journey.
All right, I'd like to thank my family and my boyfriend, and I'm outie.
I'd like to thank my parents, my family, my coaches, teachers, and I'm excited to see what the future holds.
I want to thank all my teachers and all of our counselors for helping us along the way. This wouldn't have been, possible without you guys.
I would like to say thank you to my wonderful family, my best friend David McLeod, and my helpful counselor Matt Adams.
All right. Thanks, Mom.
Hi, I want to say thank you to all my teachers for the past 4 years. You guys have really helped me make it this far.
I just want to thank my mom and dad for pressuring me to do good in school.
I want to thank my mom and dad for showing me that I can really do anything and make it to this point. And I also want to thank all of the students and all the staff for pushing each other through everything that's going on and actually showing everyone that we can make it together.